Hello! Wait, hello! And welcome to Tales from the Backlog. My name is Steve Boshier, and I will be your game master for the evening. We're playing Root! Bienvenidos! In the chat from Jason, who's also on camera. Hey, welcome. This is Tales from the Backlog. If you don't know the channel's called Shadows of Archonia. We do all kinds of tabletop role-playing games here. On Fridays, we do ongoing in-person games in my dining room, where we sit at a table and roll dice together. Mostly that's in Worlds Without Number. But this is a Monday night, and on Mondays we do Tales from the Backlog, which is the show where we try out all kinds of different games, including this one, which is Root, and we are in our second session of it. So if you like what we're doing, come check out our Discord. It's free to join. You can jump in. You can talk to all of us. All the cast members from both shows are in that Discord on a daily basis. So you can tell us what you think of us right to our digital faces. And if you really like us, you can also join our Patreon to help support the channel. Every little bit helps. As we constantly try to improve the production quality of our shows. But that aside, we should introduce our players and characters tonight, starting to my left. Yeah.
Your other left.
My top center.
Ooh. Right? Okay. Hi, I'm Mia. I am playing Nesta Dustclaw. I am in the rules, the playbook, the arbitrator. I am a badger, and I wield a big hammer. And I don't know, go into too much of what's going on here, but I out to make sure that justice is applied and brought to the world, protect the weak and innocent, as well as a couple of my party members. Do you want any kind of recap at all, Steve?
Let's finish the introductions and we can do the recap together.
Okay. But yeah, basically justice, protection, defender of the weak, and have a couple of special moves, hardy and crash and smash, and a bit acrobatic. But we'll move on from there.
Hey,
I'm Jason. I am playing Zero. I'm a scoundrel, and I am just a fuzzy little red bat. I am the cutest little guy. And, never mind all the fire and explosions that happen around me. I'm sure those have a perfectly logical and reasonable explanation that I have nothing to do with.
sounds legit.
All right, I'm Gable. I'm a ranger. Me and Sable are from a clearing called Dandelion. We lost our families there, and we are just wanting to wander the woodlands and discover new things. And yeah, that's me. I don't know what else. Yeah, that's me.
Okay.
I'm a cynic and a loner.
I'm Cindy. I'm playing Sable. And I am the thief in the group, kleptomaniac. It's your only warning. It's your second warning, because I gave you a warning last
I was
game.
going to say, yeah.
You get one warning per game. I don't mind the woods, but I do like to pick pockets. So the more pockets that are around, the less I have to pick Gables.
She does it a lot, and it's really annoying.
I like to disappear into the dark, so as not to be seen. And I have a nose for gold. I can sniff it out. And I have a teeny weeny little knife.
Ah, yes. You and that kid.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's who we are. Here's what happened last week. We established this map of the Woodland, and you guys began in Patchwood, which, as we found out, recently had a revolution against the Erie dynasties, which you may or may not have had a very prominent hand in. And then, while the former ruler of Patchwood was sitting in prison there waiting for some laws to come into effect so that he could be tried under them, the local leader of the Woodland Alliance, a blue jay named yes, Eward Harper. Thank you,
Harper. Yeah.
you guys. I have so many PDFs open. Anyway, Eward Harper came and gave you a job for a little bit of money. He wanted you to go up to Opensky Haven and meet with the leader of the Trailblazers Union up there, a lady named Lena Longtooth, who is a rabbit. His hope was to acquire some dynamite from her, or some explosives. The Trailblazers use these explosives in their legitimate job, but Eward wants to use them to help overthrow Marquisate control of Opensky. So, negotiations were to be had. Lena was not unsympathetic to the cause, but was worried about implicating herself and her fellow union members if things didn't go 100% successfully. In the process of trying to get all of that worked out with her, you also met Flank Rollwood, a bandit captain badger with an eye patch, whose drive I wrote down as just steal. So he wants to steal, and through a somewhat successful-ish ruse, Nesta Duskclaw got invited back to the Bandit lair, which is somewhere along the trail between Patchwood and Opensky. So the rest of you, when we left off, were about to try and follow the two of them, even though Nesta's attempts to leave deliberate marks in the dirt were thwarted, and she was essentially discovered doing it by Flank, but somehow managed to inch her way back onto his good side by taking a swing at Zero. And that's where we left off. I think we should start with Zero, Sable, and Gable as you see Nesta and Flank disappearing out of sight down the trail.
I believe I was already hidden in the woods.
I believe you were, yes.
Last time?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's your move? What are we doing? You are, if I need...
I would...
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying I would quietly follow them.
Okay.
Keeping my distance, but keeping them in sight, and leave like little notches in the trees for the other guys to follow.
Okay. Did you already do a roll about staying on them without being seen last week? I don't think you did at this point.
No,
in the story.
I didn't do any rolls for that.
Okay. Then let's do it now. This is probably going to be like a...
It's going to be a roguish feat.
Maybe.
Most likely.
Well, she already disappeared into the dark. That's why she is hidden. That one was done already. Master Thief. You know what? That has absolutely no description for it on the character sheet. It just says take +1 finesse. I guess that's the description. I think that your move is just Master Thief here. That makes sense to me.
Just finesse.
While I try to distract Flank with conversation.
Did you have a different idea, Jason?
Well, I mean, I figured she'd be doing a sneak.
Which is roguish.
Yeah.
Do you have that?
I do not have sneak ticked off
Oh.
because I took the disappear into the dark.
Yeah.
I felt like it was redundant.
Yeah.
Sneak.
Well, your disappearing into the dark did already make you unnoticed. So I guess this would be more about not losing the trail. So what this might be, you could just trust fate on it, or let me just double check the basic moves over here.
What?
Yeah, I think you just need to roll with luck for this.
Okay, I could do that.
We're gonna get moved.
And I am. Are we add the dice and our thing, or
So you're gonna roll 2d6 and
Yes.
then add whatever score, whatever applicable score to it.
Yeah, it is
Okay, I was
luck.
getting confused with the last game? I think. So that would be 12 total.
Oh, very well done. Yeah, that is the high end of the what do you call it? Success ladder, I suppose. You are able to easily follow Nesta and Flank as they're basically on the trail for this part. There will come a time when they depart the trail to go to a hideout, but you're able to follow them easily. So that being said, you already said that you're leaving marks for Gable and Zero.
Correct. Which Gable would already know to look for.
Yeah,
Correct. Yep.
that works.
Assume that we'd already.
Yeah,
done
you've
this
been doing this a
before.
long time. All right. So then, Gable and Zero, what are you doing? You just following the marks, or is there anything else you'd like to do in the meantime?
Well,
Well,
I definitely go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I am definitely going to sneak. I'm gonna sneak so that just in case there's anyone else in his band that's around, I want to be hidden. While I'm looking for Sable.
What?
So,
Okay. What was the question again?
no question.
Okay. I thought you were attempting something.
I was sneaking. I'm gonna
Okay.
sneak.
I don't think you guys need to sneak because you're two parties of people back from flank. I mean, you can sneak if you want to not be seen by anybody behind you.
I was just worried that he might have other people, in the woods too. That's not in his little.
Yeah, okay.
entourage.
We can
Just in
do
case.
that for sure.
Okay, and then I'm gonna follow and point out to Zero whenever I see a mark. Because obviously I'm not speaking from Zero, but
All right, roll finesse.
I got a 10.
Ooh. All right. Yeah, you remain hidden. Zero, are you with Gable or are you following behind?
I assume I'm with Gable.
Okay.
Like Zero's kind of figuring we're far enough back that we don't want to make a show of it, but we're probably okay from at least Blank getting wind of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if something happens, then I'm already sneaking, so I can just scooch off and leave Zero by himself.
Yeah,
Fair.
I mean, I'm
And help him, of course.
Well, yeah, sure. We knew that.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. So yeah, Nesta. Let's get back to you and Flank here. Flank's sort of rambling loudly about his past exploits in the what he calls the business of violence. He has been a soldier working for multiple factions, and then decided that he didn't like working for other people. He wanted people to work for him, and that's basically when he became a bandit leader. And he's, in charge of his own pay. So, he has a lot of stories and examples about this. You notice that he never pulls ahead of you, even though he's theoretically leading you somewhere. He stays next to or behind you the whole walk here.
Those are some fascinating stories, Flank.
Oh yeah, you like them?
Yeah, really interesting. I've seen a bit of action myself here and there. Not quite the mercenary that you are, but definitely of a.
Oh yeah. What's the most people you ever killed with one hit?
Oh, to be honest with you, I try not to actually kill anyone, but maim and torture and break. But killing,
maiming's good. Well, we're nearly there. We do move around, you understand. We're not always in the same spot. So, if we decide to kick you out and let you live, which frankly are not super likely to happen on the same day, but if that happens, don't think you can just come back here and find us again, because we do move around.
Oh, that makes sense. That's the smart thing to do.
That's what I said. Anyway, I think it's right here. He's gonna turn to the west into the tree line and start moving through, unbroken forest.
The unbroken forest.
Yeah.
Lots of adventures to be found in these parts. Trails are nice and clear, but
yeah, well, the solution that I found to adventure in the unbroken forest is to become the adventure. See, well, I am the bandit, and so now I don't have to worry about that.
Understood.
Yeah.
Surely there's been some people along the road that you've bandited, that you've stolen from, that may have been, what's the word I'm looking for?
Bears?
I don't know, left alone for their own sake. I mean, there's plenty of good people traveling the roads. Surely you keep an eye out for the bad guys, like the Avery and the Morris Gouet.
People who define themselves as good people, they tend to be the ones with a lot of money. So those are the ones that we attack first. We don't bother attacking people unless it seems like they have something worth taking,
Yeah, not a lot of money floating around these days.
No, there's not. But you do got, with all the war, you got the Irie dynasties and the Marquessate moving back and forth all the time. Everybody's sending messengers and spies and sometimes a treasurer. That's good. But mostly, they just want to get from point A to point B unmolested, and we don't want them to. So, it works out well for the little people. You might say we're patriots of the Woodland. We're keeping the rich and powerful from being able to get anything done.
Yeah, I understand that. Intercepting their communiques to prevent their successful campaigns against others.
Well,
so you say the Woodland. You know anything about the Woodland Alliance? I hear rumors of their growing in power and their recent actions in Patchwood. Good gracious.
Oh yeah, 3-4 of the guys are in the Woodland Alliance.
Oh, it's good to know, I guess. I mean, if you're going to pick a side, might as well be with the little folk.
Well, they're only little folk till they win, you know what I mean?
Yeah, gotcha. So, where... I don't know what to ask you. just kind of like walking along here with you. I figured you'd do more leading than like standing next to me, you know.
Well, I was thinking that too until I caught you trying to mark the trail for your friends back there, you know.
Oh, well, that wasn't what I was doing, but okay.
Yeah, well, you don't turn your back on somebody after something like that. And probably shouldn't have done it in the first place. That's on me. Anyway, we're almost there. Let me give the password.
I understand your caution.
Hey, guys!
Yeah.
It's me!
Quite the password. Surely they just recognize your voice.
Yeah, we get a full, like, Robin Hood Prince of Thieves thing with, like, the ground, like, things opening up on the ground and people coming out of holes and dudes coming out of trees. Like, they got a whole woodland bandit thing going on here.
You guys seem pretty well dug in here to be a mobile camp.
Yeah, well, this is, you gotta stay invisible, otherwise they come down on you, you know. There's not too much law these days, but those Trailblazers Union, if they knew where we were, they might just throw a lit stick of dynamite right in the middle of this place.
Oh, yeah, that would not be good. You ever watch out for the Avery guys flying overhead?
Oh, the Irie?
Yeah, the Irie. I apologize. My mind's not what it once was. A couple of head injuries along the way.
That'll happen. You get enough blows to the head. No, I don't mess with them when they're in the air. It's kind of hard to reach.
Yeah, it's just stay camouflaged and out of sight.
Yeah, we got a few birds on the crew, but we can't back them up when they're up there. So you know.
Can I get a quick count of the head here, Mr. Game Master?
Yeah, what you see are mostly smaller animals than yourself, but they are. There's well over a dozen of them that have popped out.
Okay. Quite the group you've got here. Quite a handful. How do you feed everybody?
Well, sometimes we hunt. Sometimes we buy food like anyone else, and you know, none of us really live out here full time. You know, people rotate in and out. They got homes they go back to.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me along.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, this is Nesta. She's pretty tough. She's got this hammer here for cracking skulls. She doesn't like to kill people. So that's a strike against her, but I thought maybe she'd be helpful in the crew. So let's eat. And people start bringing out containers of food that all have Marcassette like markings on them. They're like sealed containers of rations. They just start popping them open.
Looks like quite the haul you got there from the Marcassette.
Oh, yeah, we've been eating this for a couple of months.
Rations. They do get old, though, after a while.
Yeah, but, you know, like I said, we're patriots. We'll eat the rations so that the soldiers don't have them, right?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. MREs.
Starting to like this guy.
He's just saying what he thinks you want to hear, probably, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, so is there anything you want to do in this situation here, Nestor? Do you just want to sort of hang out with these guys and wait?
Yeah, I think I just want to hang out with these guys and wait. Maybe, kind of casually stroll the camp, look for a strategic place to make a stand if it comes to that.
Oh, interesting. Do you have a move to do about that?
Not really. Let me see.
I would think that specific thing you could do read a tense situation. Because it is
Yeah.
pretty tense. Like, he said repeatedly that he doesn't know if he can trust you.
Yeah, probably that. I've not got any special move to apply, but yeah, read a tense situation.
Yeah. So then you'll,
that's-
if you succeed, you'll get to ask one or three questions, depending on
Roll
how
against-
you succeed.
Cunning, which I have a 0 cunning, so let's see, read a tense. Ooh, a 10.
All right.
6 and a 4 on the die.
Well, you get to ask 3 of those questions.
What is the best way in and out of the area?
The best way is probably to run deeper into the woods.
Okay.
Best meaning safest from these guys. Like,
Yeah.
obviously you'll be putting yourself in danger from whatever else is out there, but they would expect you to run back to the trail. So if you disappear the other direction, you'll be harder to find.
Okay. In this area, I guess, I assume, asking about the biggest threat, I'm assuming it is flank, unless there's somebody else bigger amongst this crowd.
No, it's him in terms of the biggest single threat, but it is also him in terms of the danger of the group as a whole. If you don't keep flank on your side, you're not going to keep any of them on your side.
Yeah, overwhelming numbers.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know who or what is most vulnerable to me.
The young fellow that I think you were not in the tavern at the time, but you saw him run out of the tavern while you were outside waiting to follow flank. You saw this young rabbit child run out of the tavern, spinning a knife around his finger. And you heard him say something about, guys, the hag's in town. The hag is here. This guy, little kid, fanboy of your friend Zero, is part of the Bandit crew.
Okay. Do I catch his name while just kind of hanging out with the crew, or?
Yeah, I got a name for him right over here on this document. Alvin Harper. He's a rabbit, and he is obsessed with being a badass.
Alvin! Okay.
Yeah, and he's clearly only been here a few minutes longer than you guys, because he was in town right before you left.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah. So he's vulnerable to you in that he is young and impressionable.
Okay. So I might just strike a conversation up with him when I get a moment and be like, oh, I saw you in town and you're a big fan of the hag, and just kind of like dwell on that for a bit.
All right.
Other than that, that's that.
All right. I will go back to Sable. You are able to follow them due to your previous moves. You're able to follow them all the way here and discover this place without being seen. At this point, I will say anything further that you do is no longer covered by your previous rolls, your previous moves. So, what are you thinking?
Okay, so how close was I able to make it then before I need to roll again?
You can be hiding in the brush with eyes on the camp and the people.
Okay, so like a few feet or whatever?
I mean,
like 10 or so, or
I would
20?
say more like 20, 30 yards from the closest one of them. If you get too close, I mean, they're all experienced woods people as well.
Okay, that's what I was
Yeah.
wondering. Okay. Because it sounded like they wanted to keep it looking like the woods, so they didn't have it actually cleared out.
Right. But right now they're all hanging out, eating.
Yeah, they're not hiding at the moment.
Yeah.
So I will hold my position.
Alrighty. Okay, so Gable and Zero, you will be able to reach Sable now, following the trail that she has left you on purpose.
So,
Okay, so-
what does this camp even look like? Like, are there like any fortifications? Any like?
None. No fortifications. Their strategy seems to be invisibility over strength.
Okay. Okay.
So, like I said, it's like when they go hiding, it's like they're jumping into pits and pulling a lattice of plants over it. They're climbing up trees. They're doing that kind of stuff, but there's no like walls or barricades or anything like that.
I want to take the time while we're looking on, because we're looking on right now, correct?
Yes.
I'd like to make a poison.
Which one?
I'd like to make a sleep potion.
Okay.
And I'm going to put it on one of my arrows.
You must mark a depletion for that.
Okay.
That's just an abstraction of using up your physical resources that you have at hand.
All right. And I have a clear view of the guy Nesta is with or was with.
Yeah, you can get to where you have a clear view of him for sure. Because it's a forest, you know, there's plants and trees that might be blocking one or another person, but you can move around to where you can get a beat on him.
Okay, good. And I also have something called trick shot, so that would be very helpful if I want to actually shoot him.
Okay.
Because trick shot says, what does it say? I was just looking that up.
Fire a clever shot designed to take advantage of the environment at any range. Mark where and roll with finesse.
All right.
So what do you think there, Zero? Do you think maybe I should take that guy down?
I mean, do you
He's
want
just
the
gonna
rest
fall
of the
asleep,
camp?
right?
Do you want the rest of the camp to come after us?
Maybe I do.
You're not near me, right?
Well, then Nesta could get away, right?
Nesta does not look like a prisoner at this moment. She's sitting down eating with all of them.
True. She doesn't look like she's in any kind of compromised position. I'm gonna keep an eye on that guy.
Yeah. Now, to remind you guys why you're here, you're trying to either kill or disperse or otherwise get rid of this gang of bandits for Lena, so that she will be inclined to help you with the explosives. You're doing a quid pro quo, basically. That's what brought you here. That was the implication. Yeah. So, what you would like to do about it, I don't know if just putting the bandit leader to sleep is going to make any progress on that, but
right.
Who am I to say?
You know, if we put him to sleep, it'd be pretty easy to dispatch him if that's what we decide to do.
Well, I mean, we'd still have to get to him.
True. And these guys look like they'd just be ready to hide at the slightest.
I mean,
scare anyway.
Do they look like that?
They are all armed. They are all keeping their weapons to hand, even while they're hanging out with each other in their camp. These guys are about that action, as they say. I mean, even the little kid took a knife to town with him.
Can I go ahead and take a move?
Yeah. Which one?
If Jason's unless Jason
what
wants
do you
to
wanna
do
do?
something. I just wanted to go ahead and read a tense situation.
Okay.
That sounds like a good plan.
That's
For, and
something you can
under
do.
my nose for gold.
All right.
And am I adding? Is that adding
Cunning.
cunning to that? So that's nothing for me. Let's see what happens here. That's a total of 6.
Ah,
So I don't believe I get to ask you any of those questions.
no, that is a miss.
But I still get to ask you what the most valuable thing is in that area of bandits.
The rations. They've made a dent in what they stole, but these are rations packed and packaged by the Marquisette military for use by the military, and they would probably pay a reward to get them back.
Did I see where they pulled those from? Did they bring them out of the ground with them, or are there crates or something?
There were some crates that were hidden by sort of a lean-to made out of brush.
Okay. And where is that lean-to in comparison to maybe where I am?
Distance-wise, I'd say maybe 50 yards. No, that's way too far. Like 20 yards from where you are. Because it's like the opposite side of their little circle, their little camp.
Okay, but I would have to circumvent, go around them, in other words, to get to that.
Yeah, and it's not like something you could pocket and carry, you know? It's like I
wouldn't be able to necessarily do that, but
you'd have to load a cart to get these out of here.
Not necessarily thinking about pocketing it, but
Copy.
Okay. Are you guys hunkered down by me, or did you not do that?
I assumed so.
I think now we are, yes.
Yeah, for now, I haven't heard that anyone left other than Gable when she was thinking about shooting the guy, but then I think she didn't end up actually leaving you two.
And I'm still thinking about it. So,
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna whisper to 0. Of course, Gable will be able to hear. Perhaps at an opportune moment, you might catch those crates over there on fire. I believe that's where their food is. It would create a good distraction anyway.
That could create a good distraction. GM.
Yes, sir.
What time of year is it?
It is autumn. Early autumn.
What's how dry is it?
It's not dry. It's been raining on and off. But I mean, the food is dry, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, the food's dry, but
Yeah, the environment, not so much. You're not going to easily start a big forest fire here.
Alright.
So, does the rabbit want to dispose of this guy, or what exactly does she want us to do with this man? Get rid of him?
So she said in words that she does not want to hire anyone to kill anyone. But she also implied that if she doesn't know what happens, she's not going to ask questions. She just wanted you to make the problem go away.
And we didn't hear any of the conversation that Nesta had with the guy.
No, you're not able to hear
Too far
clearly.
away, yeah.
You can hear their voices, but not make out any words.
Well, we didn't discuss this prior, but might we have discussed with Nesta prior that we would have come up with hand signals that she would give us?
I will allow that. I don't see any reason not to.
Other than letting us sitting here with question marks over our heads.
Yeah,
In the woods.
but I don't know that removes the question marks, right? Like Nesta.
Well, it doesn't remove the question marks, but
Yes, Nesta can
obviously
send simple
doesn't-
messages with hand signals if she's aware of where you guys are at. That's easily something that you guys as a crew might have worked out way back.
and I was more thinking, of, come in now, or, don't move in until I do
Whatever
call
she
for you in
thinks.
some way,
Yeah.
rather than,
So, yeah,
mess up what I'm doing.
speaking of Nesta, as the crew has been sort of talking to you, they are, at first glance, they are just sort of eating and hanging out and being raucous and friendly with each other. But as the conversation progresses, you start to realize that all of them in turns are asking you probing questions about who you are, where you come from, what your background is, why you would want to become a bandit. They're trying to feel you out to see if you're one of them. And, I don't know how easy this is going to be for you because you're kind of a truthy sort of Captain America type. And, yeah.
Well, to be quite frank, I come from a long way off a settlement that none of you would have ever heard of.
Try me, says the child.
Oh my gosh. I don't even have a name for a place.
Oh, you don't? I thought you had it on your character pitch you gave me way back.
I did not. Just that I came from someplace else, out past Tunery, somewhere
Alright.
east of there. Call the place. Gosh, what would they call it? Obsidia.
Ooh, it's by a volcano, huh?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh yeah, I've been to Obsidia.
No, that's surprising. It unfortunately, I had to leave behind some folks there because of some things I did, some bad things that I did.
Oh yeah? Who'd you kill?
No, it's not so much as who I killed as who I didn't kill. I was I was working as their executioner, and this guy, that's the ticket. Yeah, this criminal guy. And they wanted me to chop his head off, and I wouldn't do it.
You told me 2 or 3 times that you don't want to kill anyone. Why were you working as an executioner?
Well, that's why I've come to the place I am now, where I don't want to kill anybody. I've killed too many already.
You remind me of this guy I used to have working for me. I'd send him out to collect money or break thumbs, and he'd come back with no money and no broken thumbs all the time.
Well, what happened to that guy?
He took up fighting.
I've been known to fight in competitions in the past.
Yeah. Anyway, he's too good for us now.
So through the course of the conversation, she'd have me like roll luck or persuade an NPC or anything to maintain my cover.
Yeah, I think persuade is what you'd have to do.
Persuade or trick.
Alternately trick. I mean, you did just lie to them, so trick would be the move.
Okay, so V cunning. Okay, cunning. You get 0 on that. There's another 6 and a 4 on the dice. Another 10. Wow, I'm going to keep you guys right there.
All right.
You can sit by me.
You can sit right here, yes.
Okay, on a hit, they take the bait and do what you want. 7 to 9. Their confidence and weaken their morale. Stun when you gain. All right. They overreact. Take +1 forward against them. I think that your story about having been an executioner really impresses Alvin. He is super taken with the idea of killing people for money legally. He's just
a little psychopath.
He's just an edgelord. He's just a super edgelordy little kid, and he thinks you're the best. The fact that you executed so many people that you got sick of it, yeah. So you're gonna take a +1 forward against him.
Alvin. Okay.
He's like, he's a hanger-on now.
When I get a moment alone with him, I might say, hey, I heard you again hollering about the hag earlier.
Oh, yeah, you know the hag? He's,
yeah, I met him once or twice.
I met him today. He was in the tavern up in Opensky, and he told me, well, first he said, I don't know what you're talking about, but in that way where it was like big smiley face. He set the roost on fire in Patchwood.
Yeah, I did hear that.
They say the whole revolution in Patchwood happened because of him. You know how many people died in that?
I don't know. I've heard rumors.
I heard 800 people died.
Oh my gosh, that is an awful lot of people.
Yeah. The hag is awesome.
Well, what do you think Flank would think of it? I don't think they like each other.
Well, Flank doesn't like the hag? Why not?
I don't know. He was seen with some others that had insulted Flank, apparently.
Oh.
Insulted Flank's mom.
Flank's mom? Well, I never met Flank's mom. I think she's dead.
Yeah, that's probably why I got so angry.
Well, Flank's pretty cool. But if he's going to fight the hag, I want to watch.
Yeah, that might be an interesting matchup.
Yeah.
But you think the hag could take him? I mean, he's like the head of the snake around here. What would happen if Flank went down? Would you guys abandon the camp, or would someone else step up?
Oh, if Flank went down, I'd be in charge.
Oh, really?
Well, nobody else around here says anything.
Oh, okay. That's good to know, I guess. We'll have to watch your back and his.
What, mine and Flank's? No,
yeah, make sure neither one of you get hurt.
The hag's not going to kill Flank. Flank's big and strong.
Hmm.
Then again, if the hag had prep time, I don't know.
He does have friends too, though. I mean, he wasn't alone in taking down Patchwood.
Oh yeah, I heard the whole town was with him, but he started that fire first.
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah. I heard he jumped out of a tree and threw a firebomb on the way down.
I wish I'd seen that. That would have been an amazing thing to see.
Yeah, it killed 4 eerie soldiers before it even hit and exploded.
Well, that's pretty amazing. But considering all of things that are going on here, how would you like to be? And I kind of lean in real close. And how would you like to be in charge?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I was able to put the hurt on Flank earlier today.
Well, you're pretty big, and you did used to kill people for money.
Yeah, I could be your strong arm. I could take him down for it, and you could take over.
Give me a persuade on that.
All right, what is my charm? Probably. Oh, I got a +1. That's nice. Watch me roll 2 1s now that these dice have hit me.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, you didn't.
I didn't. I rolled a 1 and a 2.
Oh,
yeah.
Roll a 4.
So that completely fails.
dang.
And he's like, "Ha! You want to kill Flank?" No. Like, just a little too loud. It doesn't look like Flank hurt him, but other people in the crew definitely hurt him.
And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. And then, of course, just system-wise, I know that I just called for that persuade roll, and I've done that a couple times. It is supposed to be you guys initiating moves when you want to say, I'd like to use this move to do such and such. But, you know, I know we're all new to this, so let's just try
so
to keep
speaking
that in mind.
of that,
Yeah.
whilst this whole conversation is going on, Zero's going to take some initiative,
Yeah.
and try to sneak around the encampment
Okay.
to get a better to get close to those to get close to their rations.
Yeah. Okay. What is the move that you are using for that?
I'm sneaking.
Oh, sneak. Oh, right. You have a roguish feat. Yes.
Yeah, I have a few of those. Ugh.
Uh-oh.
Ugh. Well, that's a 6.
Okay.
So there's all kinds of stuff that could happen here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think what happens is, well, let me ask you, do you have your mask on?
No.
So it's on the side of your head?
I think for this, I've got it tucked into my coat.
Okay. I think what happens is someone sees you as you're moving around. And because you don't have the mask on, they don't know you're the hag.
Yeah, I'm just some fuzzy little guy. I'm just some cute little guy.
Yeah, the fuzzy little guy. But a fox sort of points out at you and says, "Hey, what's with the bat?" Everybody turns, and there's you sneaking
There
around
is
towards
me.
their rations.
Yep. So
Must be somebody that's hungry.
No, it's that guy.
Yeah, no, if the moment Flank sees me, Flank is going to recognize me.
100%, yeah.
Totally.
So I am just going to, like, snatch up, like, a rock or something, fling it at that fox, and then try to make lemon out of lemonade and bolt into the brush.
Okay.
And hope that a few of them follow me.
All right. So are you doing a move about that rock throw, or is that just narrative?
You know, I don't. At best, I think it would just be a target someone.
That's the first thing my eye went to as well.
But I don't know if they're really a vulnerable foe.
I mean, I don't know what the working definition of vulnerable is. I think you could probably hit him with a rock and hurt him.
Okay. I mean, I think really more what I'm trying to do here is distract them.
Okay.
So, or I'm trying to distract them and peel some of them off to, like, follow me to make it so there's less of them there for Sable, Gable, and Nesta to deal with.
Okay. Well, you
So
have
it's
the
less
distraction.
about, like, trying to, like, really hurt them and more about trying to draw some of them off.
Okay, I would think that, yeah, that your rock throw is your blind side for it's a distraction.
Okay. That's a 7.
Okay. Where'd I put your sheet? There you go.
Ooh.
So you roll with luck instead of cunning. I think on a 7.
Oh, no. So I'm rolling with finesse.
Are you using I'm assuming you're using the it's a distraction move?
I would, except I need them to be distracted by a, like, environmental danger.
Well,
Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I could do? What I could do?
So it's like literally I can just do the blind side.
Yeah,
Like I have that, like that gives me that as a feat.
sure.
So I can just attempt to do that with finesse, and that's what got me the 7.
Yeah, okay. So you got him. Hold on a moment. So you are basically sucker punching him is how I'd interpret this. I say, yeah, you damage this guy in the head, and you probably get a few of them to chase you into the woods like you wanted.
Well,
No, I can also. Sorry, but I can also do a trick shot that distracts an opponent and provides an opportunity for.
No, this is so. I was going to suggest that so on the 7 to 9, I can mark exhaustion or one risk of my feet.
Okay.
Or one risk of my feet comes to bear, and that's technically your choice. But I was going to suggest that I do draw some of them off, but it's going to be plunging me into danger, as it's maybe a little more than I had intended.
Yeah, I'm
Follow
working.
me into the woods.
Yeah, that is basically what I was in the process of saying. But I am working without the rules for blind side in front of me is my problem.
If you just go to do you have the playbooks PDF open?
Yeah, and it has like a table.
You've got
for
the
that.
roguish feats.
Yeah. But I have Roguish Feast listed under basic moves there, but it doesn't go into the detail about it.
So look at the bottom of that page.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's so there's the roguish feat, attempt a roguish feat move.
Yeah.
And then at the bottom of that page, they've got all the roguish feat moves.
Right, that's what I was looking at, but it doesn't have too much detail about what Blindside actually did. It just has description and risks.
Yeah.
I wanted to read more detail, so I found it in the book.
So, okay.
You likely can't use this. So even with what we are doing, we're a little bit fudging it because it does say you need to be hiding or your foe needs to be distracted in order to do the blind side at all. But I think even though he did see you before you did it, I think it's still kind of a blind side for there to suddenly be a guy there and he throws a rock at you.
Yeah.
So we're going to go with the narrative as you said it already, that some of them follow you into the wood and you are now in danger.
Yes.
Excuse me. Now, Gable, you were suggesting a move of your own.
Yeah, I was thinking that I could cause some kind of a distraction that might pull all those guys' attention back towards camp. If that would be helpful, or we actually need to discuss what our plan is. Are we going to dispose of this guy? Are we going to dispose of this group?
I don't think you can discuss it now. You're in the middle of.
It's a little bit too late.
Well, me and Sable can discuss what we're going to do.
Yeah, while Zero's leading him off. Yeah.
I mean, he's being chased, right? Nesta's still rubbing shoulders with little Psycho.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you?
And this is also a discussion that could have been happening
while
Nesta was talking, while I was trying to sneak around.
Fair.
Which didn't.
Yeah.
I
So
was reading about my special weapon attack. So I was like,
let's do that. And I'd also like to know what Nesta is doing once this chaos starts. Like I said, there's about a dozen guys here. I'll say probably 4 of them chased off immediately after Zero. The others look like they might follow. But there's confusion right now.
Yeah, I am watching flank. If an opportunity like arises where he like turns his back on me, I want to club him.
Him being flank?
Flank, yeah.
Okay, I think that's probably gonna happen. What move are you doing on that?
I am just going to
Just
engage
engage
in melee. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, go for it.
So +2. Come on, dice, cooperate. 6, 7, 8.
8. All right, pick one of those effects from a bullet point.
I want to inflict harm on him.
Inflict serious harm? Because you're already exchanging harm. That happens on a hit automatically. So
Okay.
You're each taking 1, but to inflict serious harm means he takes an extra 1.
Yeah, I'll hit him as hard as I can then, yeah.
Great. Oh, man.
And that's just the injury on my sheet here. No harm. Just write
You know,
that
this
down.
guy took some hits last week.
Yeah.
I think you put this guy out of action. He's unconscious.
Okay. And I yell at Alvin, like, Alvin, I did what you asked me to!
What? That's not what I said! I mean... Fuck! All right, Gable and Sable, what's up?
yeah, what is up?
Well, why don't you shoot somebody? And I mean, my plan is going to be a little bit different because I have a tiny little knife.
Well, I can shoot someone, or I can shoot something. I can knock something over, break something. What kind of lighting and stuff do they have here? Just torches?
Well, it's currently daytime, so the sun.
For some reason, I thought it was nighttime since we were in the bar and we followed him out. Anyways, we're hiding in the daytime.
Yeah, that's why I was so waffly on how close you could be.
Right. Okay. I think I'm going to shoot the little kid in the bum with my sleeping arrow.
Okay. So I think
he
you just
screams like a little. So that could cause some distraction, I think. That's what I think I'm going to do. I don't want to kill the little kid. I just want to, maybe he'll think twice about his life choices.
Yeah, so you are going to, I think, use the move target someone for this, or do you have something a different?
My trick shot. I'm going to use my trick
shot. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, trick shot. You're going to mark where on your weapon.
Yeah.
Then roll with finesse.
Where do I mark on my weapon?
So
in your
weapon...
equipment, you actually did this on your sheet.
Oh, I see it right there.
Yeah, you can.
There.
You left 3 blank spots.
Yep.
Check off one of those.
A mark right there. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I mark where on my weapon.
Yeah.
Then I roll with finesse, I believe. Yep. Okay. +2. It's 7, 8. I got a 9.
So then you're going to choose 2 from those bullet point items there.
Okay, so I'm going to strikes on another available target of your choice. Cut something, break something, or knock something. All right, so the first one is going to shoot the little boy with my sleeping arrow.
Copy that. He's going to go to sleep.
And
if you pick the one that says it strikes another target, you'll put that target to sleep as well with the poison.
Okay. So
Nessa's already knocked out Flank. Mm-hmm. You've already knocked out Alvin, and Zero drew off 4 other people.
So who all is left around the...
So far, I mean, they're all unnamed bandits, but you can just say it hits another one.
One that's going to be close to Nesta. I'm just going to shoot another one.
Okay. So I believe that leaves... I think that's 7 people that are either unconscious or have chased Zero, leaving only 5 here in the camp that are awake.
Okay. With the chaos, and the direction in which Zero caught people's attention,
mm-hmm.
Would I be able to sneak up closer and continue to stay hidden?
I think it would be very hard.
Still very hard.
Yeah.
Well, what do you want to do?
Yeah.
Well, I'd like to be able to use the ability to... What is it? I have a hold because I'm hidden, and I basically give that back or whatever, and I get +3 to do an attack on somebody.
Okay, yeah.
So it's basically, and then plus I have the blind side.
You are currently still hidden, because you haven't done anything new since I told you that, the next thing you do reveals you. So, yeah.
But I need to be close enough because I have a knife. So that's what I'm trying to do, is get close enough to make that work.
Steve,
Yes, sir.
could Sable approach someone from her shadowed position to spend that hold?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think that is still part of a move that you did already that you haven't spent. So I think it's kind of built in that, yes, you can.
So it's an act of spending the hold to do that? Is
Yes.
that what you're saying? Oh, I
Yep.
see. Okay.
Spend
And
the hold to
then-
reveal yourself from a darkened place suddenly and without warning. So you can run and cross that distance quickly and stab someone.
I gotcha. Okay. So I will do that to whoever is nearest to where I am.
Okay. We'll say it's a mouse.
Perfect.
So you're engaging
And-
in that mouse?
So yes, I'll be engaging in melee. So I get to add that +3. And what do I use with the knife? Is that might or finesse?
It's might.
It's might. So
Yeah.
that's
Engaging in melee is always might.
And then so +3, and then it's still a blind side. So one more. 4.
I don't think it's a
Roll
blind
not.
side. That's a different move.
Yeah.
Okay, it's separate.
Yeah.
I gotcha. All right. So just the 3. Got it. 10.
10. Okay. So on a 10 plus, you pick 3 of those bullet points under engage in melee.
Okay. Let me see if I can find that really quickly.
I can read them to you if you like.
That'd be perfect.
Okay, you either so on a success, you trade harm, means you take 1 harm, he takes 1 harm. You can pick these from 3 of these 4 options. Inflict serious harm means he gets an extra +1 on the harm, so he'd take 2 instead of 1. Suffer little harm, which would mean you wouldn't take the 1. Shift your range 1 step, meaning you can get away from him out of his reach after your attack.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last option is impress, dismay, or frighten your foe. So
Okay.
basically, pick one of those 4 to not do.
I'm going to not do the take less harm.
Okay. So you take 1, he takes 2, then you step away out of range, and he is... I'm going to call this guy impressed and dismayed. Because holy cow, this whole place just suddenly came apart, and he got stabbed for 2 points.
Perfect. And that's all my movement, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the easy D6 equivalent of ganking the guy, right? Gank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been wanting to do that this whole time.
Well,
Okay.
we got to get back to 0 and find out
Oh, yeah.
how
Yeah.
are you dealing with this?
Oh, my goodness. So we are just booking it through the woods. Oh, my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
And I am marking depletion.
The rustling of underbrush.
You are
And-
marking depletion.
Yep. Oh, I'm marking depletion because I have just pulled a small smoke bomb out of my coat, and I am what I want to do is I kind of want to find something I can kind of dodge around, like to get a little bit of cover from like all these people following me.
No problem.
And
Trees
just-
everywhere.
Like light up my smoke bomb, boom, and then try and like not go too far away. Because I don't want to like attract too much attention, but I want to like use that smoke, the dispersal of the smoke, to cut tracks a little bit and
Okay.
distract these guys.
Sounds good to me. Here. Roll it.
So I guess I am trying to hide.
Okay. So, the move you're using for this is a roguish feat for sneak or blindside?
Hide.
Okay.
And that's an 8.
Okay. So you mark exhaustion or 1 risk of your feet. Let me see.
Yeah. I'm going to mark exhaustion.
I think mark exhaustion because you're already drawing unwanted attention and plunged into danger. So
yeah, I want this to work.
Yeah.
So there's like a rocky outcropping, and I kind of scooch around it, and as I hear them coming close, I just drop, I light up, drop that smoke bomb, and then just scuttle up in to like a little crevasse.
Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, they can't find you. One of them ran right into the smoke and is coughing, and the other 3 are just sort of like looking around. They don't know what happened to you.
Cool.
Ninja vanish.
Yes.
Misery. Okay, there remain still 5, though one of them is hurt in the clearing. Who wants to go next? What are we doing?
I want to go after the next biggest person amongst the remaining 5.
Okay. They're all smaller than you. Who's big here? Probably that fox. That fox that already took a rock to the head.
Yeah, I think I'll try and conk him out. Finish, send him into sleepy land.
Alrighty.
Which apparently my brain is already starting to go there itself. So yeah, I am going to engage this guy in melee.
Cool.
Oh, that is not good. 5 total.
All right.
With.
Yeah, you mess this guy. He's probably staggering around trying to figure out why he didn't run after Zero with those other guys. Yeah, so on a miss, nothing happens with this one, I guess.
Well, the miss is going to give you an opportunity.
Sure, all misses do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what happens is, as you are trying to square up with this fox, you sort of lose sight of the other 3 for a second, and they have you surrounded now.
Okay.
The other 3 meaning besides the one that Sable ganked. And speaking of Sable and Gable, what do you got?
So, Nesta is surrounded by 3 people.
Yeah. Well,
what kind of weapons?
4 total, yeah.
Okay, what kind of weapons do they have?
Mostly knives. One of them, yeah, knives, clubs.
Okay.
The only one who had a full-on sword was Flank. And he's
down.
Yeah, you drugged him.
So I'm not sure if I want to... And I can do trick shot again, correct? Anytime I want? As a move?
I think
so.
Nothing preventing you.
That's what I'll try to do again. I'll try to shoot one and then get an opportunity to shoot another one.
Okay.
Then at least I can take out 2 from my location. let me try that.
Go for it.
I'm going to use my finesse. I got a 9.
Okay, so choose 2.
Yep, so I'm going to where shot lands and what's the range. So I want to hit the 1. And then I'm going to shoot another. So that's my 2.
Okay.
So I'm going to shoot 2 of them that are in front of Nest.
Okay. Yeah, they're each going to take a harm.
Okay.
And you do have to mark where on that bow.
How do we just GM'd me? How do we repair wear on these weapons?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm sure you have to be, away in downtime and spend some time on it.
Okay. Look at that too. Okay, good. That's my move.
Sable.
So I'm gonna look at something real quick.
And real quick question: would you say Sable is within reach of me at this point, or just out of it because I'm surrounded?
I think you're too surrounded to be within reach of any friends.
Okay.
I am going to Is that mouse did that mouse run up to Nesta, or is the mouse looking at me still?
He's still looking at you.
Okay, that's what I figured. Oh man, I only. Oh, I see. I'm going to go at the mouse with my dagger again, and I'm going to mark exhaustion to use my finesse instead of my might. Which was a good thing, because that'll be a total of 8.
Okay. And this is an engage in melee?
Yes. So let's.
Yeah, go ahead and pick one.
I pulled that sheet up. I just need to unbury it from all the other things I have pulled up. Here we go. That is the wrong one. Okay, sorry. My apologies. That was the wrong sheet I pulled up.
Okay, I can drop this this list in the Discord if that's easier.
That would be great.
There you go. So it's inflict serious harm, suffer little harm, shift your range, or impress, dismay, or frighten.
Right, and I just pick one of those because of that roll.
Yeah, you got an 8, so pick one.
Correct, okay. So what I'm going to do is... I'll suffer little harm.
Okay, great. And he takes 1, and that's enough to finish this guy off. He's out of action.
Okay, cool.
All right. So Nesta, you're still surrounded by 4 guys. The fox that you're facing and the other 3. 2 of those 3 have been shot by Gable already. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. We should go back to 0 first. You are hiding in a cleft. What you gonna do?
I want to wait for these guys to start heading back to their camp.
Okay.
At which point, I want to start following them.
Alrighty.
And hopefully, and if there's one who seems to be, like, if there's a straggler, I'm going to try and hurt them.
Okay. Are you rolling a sneak on this?
Yeah.
Follow them? Okay.
It's a 6.
Okay. Yeah, so you wait, and they actually don't start heading back to camp. They're so frustrated that they keep searching, and they stay sort of between you and the camp is the problem. They're not finding you, but they're also not getting out of your way. What do you do? Nothing yet?
Yeah, I'm not.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm just at that point. I'm just gonna hunker down.
I'll check
and
back in with
hopefully that's
Nesta
right
then,
now.
and maybe if the other 3 get clear, they can help you out. Nesta, what are you doing?
I would like to basically intimidate these guys, I guess persuade an NPC. And be like, you saw what I did to flank. Who's next? That kind of thing.
Alrighty.
And of course, kind of like heft my hammer in my hand, flex a little bit. That is definitely not pleading. That is persuading. So yeah, persuade. I believe my. Let me check. Sorry, let me check my charm. +1. Okay. That is a 9.
All right. So they sort of take a step back. I think you're going to need to demonstrate your prowess in order to get them to really flee.
Okay. Can I do that real quick, or?
Yeah, whatever you'd like to do.
I am going to. Let's see. I think I want to throw my hammer at one of them.
Oh, all right.
Kind of like over my head and then go whoosh and then unleash it at them. That's a finesse versus might, though, so that's not great.
Yeah, it is.
And that's still considered, and that is called, what are we looking at here? That's a ranged attack, so...
Well, I'll tell you this. If you want to use might, you could opt not to attack one of them, but to attack an object with wreck something.
Could I then use my crash and smash special move?
Oh, let me look at it. Probably.
When you smash your way through scenery to reach someone or something?
No, because that's not really what you're doing.
Okay.
I think wreck something is better.
All right.
Or you can do your original plan and just hit one of them.
Yeah, I don't really want to hurt anybody that I don't want to. So again, I want to maybe smash something nearby to add to that intimidating factor.
All right. I mean, you could probably run over and smash that lean-to that's holding the rations.
All right, that sounds good. Let's do that. So engage in melee.
Wreck something. It's one of the basic moves.
Wreck something.
So roll with might.
There it is. Okay. +2, so 10.
10. Yeah, you probably swing this thing just casually and destroy this whole lean-to, knock over some of the stacked up boxes inside, and just terrify the hell out of these guys, and they start to flee.
All right.
So that's your 4. 2 of them are already hurt. Now they're all terrified. Sable put 1 down. Gable put 2 down. And Zero is sort of trapped out in the hiding spot there.
Yeah, Zero's trying to work out something he can do.
Can I pick up that mouse's knife? That's
Sure.
what he was wielding.
Yeah.
Where's Alvin at this juncture?
Oh, Alvin
Oh,
got
yeah, he's
knocked,
out. That's right.
Yeah,
He's
he got knocked
asleep.
out by the poison
Sorry,
arrow.
he's asleep. Sorry. I did write that down. Okay.
Who's left around here then? If some of them started running, we put a couple down.
There's nobody that is still facing you guys. The only ones that are still up and acting as active enemies are the guys that are out there searching for Zero. But for you guys here in the little clearing, there's nobody.
Yeah.
Okay.
My next move, though, is just to tie up flank so we can drag him off into the woods with us later.
Okay.
Then I want to head in the direction that I saw Zero going.
Right. I'd like to
I don't know if I
disappear
want to do
into
that.
the dark and do the same.
Yeah,
All
I said I don't think I want to do that just out in the open. I think I want to sneak into the trees and try to head in that direction, see what's going on.
Okay, so Gable, is that going to be just a roguish feat for sneak for you?
Yes.
Let's do that. And Sable said disappear into the dark. So let's get those rolls in.
I got a 9 again.
Okay.
Excuse me.
And when you
That's
slip into
six,
shadow.
6 for me.
I actually don't think you're supposed to roll, Sable. I'm not 100% sure what's going on. It says when you slip into shadows while unnoticed. That's a thing you can just do?
Oh, actually, that's
think-
what it sounds like.
Yeah.
And then if you need me to do checks along the way, then I roll.
So yeah, when you slip into the shadows while unnoticed, mark exhaustion and hold
Right.
on.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right, so you guys both sneak successfully. Gable, yours was a success, right? I thought you said 8 or something.
No, it was a 9 and it was a success, yes.
Great. Cool. So you will mark exhaustion as well on a 7 to 9.
Okay.
But you guys successfully hide from sight and take off after Zero's pursuers. You're able to get to where you can see them. I don't think you can see Zero, but you can take a guess that these guys have clearly lost him and are looking around trying to find him. So he must be hiding somewhere around here.
Okay. And what kind of weapons do these guys have and how many are there? 4?
Excuse me. Oh, very sorry. Yes, there are 4 of them, and they are all just carrying knives and clubs. Zero, did you have any move you wanted to do at this time, or do you want to wait and see what Sable and Gable do?
I'm waiting on Sable and Gable.
All right.
I don't want to reveal myself just yet.
Okay.
All right. Twins, what's up?
Let's see.
I'm essentially going to do the same thing I did before with the mouse, but I think I want to wait for a distractionary arrow.
Ah, okay. So
I'll not place myself right where Gable is. I'll be kind of flanking them
okay.
from where Gable's at.
Okay, so what I think I might do, let me put my word here. Does and that's how I hit. They have 2 mark exhaustion or lose their weapon. I think I want to disarm the one closest. Are they all clustered together or kind of spread out looking?
They're spread out, but not too far. They can all still see each other.
Right, okay. So I think I want to disarm one of them. When you target an opponent's weapon with your strike at close range, on a hit, they have marked 2 exhaustion or lose their weapon. On a 10, they have mark 3 exhaustion instead. Okay, so that's what I want to try to do. Is disarm one of them.
Okay,
The next takes their weapon.
great.
That's an 8.
That is an 8. So you rolled disarm on that with finesse. That's a hit.
They have to mark,
They have
2
to mark
exhaustion.
2 exhaustion or lose their weapon. It's well out of reach. On a 10 plus, they have to mark 3 exhaustion. So I'll let you choose the exhaustion or the lost weapon.
Let's do lose their weapon.
Okay, so you take aim at this guy. I'll say he's got a club, and you just shoot that club right out of his hand, and it flies off somewhere, and he doesn't even see where it is anymore.
And then I'll take that opportunity to gank somebody.
Outstanding. Gank away.
All right. That's a 10. 2 5s.
Holy moly.
So now that I have my little cheat sheet, 10 plus.
You
Pick
pick
3.
3, yeah.
Okay. All but impress, dismay, or frighten. So I'll inflict serious harm, suffer little harm, and shift my range back.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and say this guy only had 2 harm boxes to tick, so you've taken him out. You take no damage yourself. You just completely surprise this guy, take him out of commission, and step back. So Gable's disarmed one. Sable has removed another one. The other 2 just flee. This is too much. They already heard the fight back at the camp, and like it's quiet now back there, and you came after them, so that's pretty obvious what happened. And now they're dropping like flies, so they're running.
Perfect. Let them run.
Good.
And
So-
Nesta, oh, sorry, go ahead.
And then I'm going to move to where they were at and start whispering for 0.
Come on out, little fuzzy guy.
Hey, King.
Yeah, I mean, if I hear them start running away, I'll like poke my head out, look around.
Yeah, I think you could tell where they were from your spot. So yeah, you guys are reunited. Nesta's back at the camp tying up flank. And you guys have successfully routed the bandits. We're going to take our break now. When we come back, we'll figure out what to do about this. Because
Perfect.
None of them are dead. A couple of them are stabbed pretty hard, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see everyone in 10 minutes. Thanks for watching.
All right.
Welcome back. I have a jacket now. For it is California, and you don't need a jacket until 10:30 at night.
Except for that tornado you guys had in the northern part of the state.
Well,
recently.
that's a whole other thing. This is Southern California.
Weird.
That's strange.
Yeah. Well, we're back, and we are at a bandit campsite, standing over 3 unconscious bodies, possibly 4. There is... What was I going to say? There is Flank, knocked unconscious and tied up. There's Alvin and one so far unnamed bandit knocked out with sleep poison. And Sable incapacitated one with a dagger. So he might die, because there's not too many ways to incapacitate someone with a dagger that can't result in them dying. But that's up to you guys how you want to
maybe took out the knee ligaments.
Right.
I could do it.
Yeah, I saw that Tommy Lee Jones scene in that movie. You just cut all the connective tissue and their limbs become useless. But then they could bleed from that, right?
They could
bleed out from that.
Plus, we also need to decide what we're going to do with these bandits, because we didn't want anything to do with them as long as they disappeared.
Yeah.
We could turn into the authorities in Patchwood.
Yeah, I was thinking we could take them to Patchwood.
I mean, think about it. They probably would have a reward.
Okay, so very explicitly, there are not any authorities in Patchwood, is the problem. The government was overturned, and...
oh, right.
But that might actually maybe be helpful to you in this situation, because Flank was kind of openly known to be the bandit leader in Opensky, but because they had no witnesses and no proof, like, there was nothing that anyone could do about it. If you take him to a place that currently is not exactly under the rule of law, they might be a little more willing to just be like, yeah, well, obviously.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
But yeah, I don't know. It's up to you guys.
Yeah,
if you can think of a third option that doesn't involve dragging him to one of these towns he's been terrorizing, that could also...
We could just kill him.
There is that, but we still... Ms. Longtooth needs to know that we've ended the threat. I don't know how we pass that on to her without bringing him to her in custody or something. Or maybe like gather up the supplies and take them back to Haven and be like, "Hey, you folk, you mousies, or look what we did." The cats. I'm sorry. Take it back to the cats there in Opensky and like maybe gain a little trust with them too, so we can start playing all sides of the.
That's, not a bad point. If they couldn't arrest Flank because they had no witnesses and no evidence, if you guys go back as witnesses and with the evidence of the stolen rations, all of a sudden the Marquisette might take over for you on this one.
Is there any rope or anything in this little camp?
Nesta already tied up what's his name, so I guess there was.
And they've made some like covers for the little dugouts. I mean, we could maybe
you can reclaim
make a
rope.
sled with some of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So maybe we should just tie them all up, bind them all up, pig tie them, and take them back to the cats with the supplies.
Yeah.
Are you going to include little Alvin in your cavalcade?
Heck yeah, he's a little psychopath.
I mean, he technically didn't attack anyone.
Yeah.
Well, we could try to persuade him to change his ways. You don't want to just
have a quick
really.
Yeah, have a quick conversation with Zero. Is it, man, this dude has has it all for you as the hag. You should put your mask on, and we can get his.
I mean, I was actually going to pull him aside as we marched this group to wherever we're marching them to, and I was going to cut him loose and do oh whoopsie, I guess he got away. I don't know what happened.
Okay, well, I think open sky is a good option, and take the evidence back. That way we can get rid of and gain some prestige, so we can start working both sides of the game here.
I mean, do we trust the Marquisette? I mean,
Keep your enemies close.
Patchwood is in transition, but I trust the leadership there a lot more than I trust Open Sky Haven's leadership.
Right. Well, maybe. I don't know. What do we do with Flank? I mean, do we take him to Patchwood or just take him?
Yeah, I mean, we could take him to Patchwood. I mean, if you think it's that big a thing, we could get someone to notarize something that says they've got him. And
I have this signet ring, and I can counterfeit.
Well, I
We
mean,
get
yeah,
the
we
Blue Jay
could
guy
counterfeit
to
something,
notarize.
But we could probably
I
get
think we
somebody.
just get an
legit.
official document that
think we
says,
get-
"Hey, this guy's been arrested or whatever and is in custody," and just bring that back. We
Let's
could
try
get
that.
documentation from Eward about it, since Eward is who sent us on this whole trip in the first place.
Yeah.
Since he
That's
seems
a good
to
idea
have
too.
some sort of
Also,
positive relationship with
considering that my
Lena.
reputation with the Marquisette is so low, I think they might attack on sight. Honestly,
Yeah, maybe we. Patchwood sounds good. Then maybe we can distribute some of those rations to the folks there, since
Yeah,
yes.
food's scarce.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. And as it came up, you didn't talk to him at all last week, but it came up. There is a serving judge still in Patchwood who would probably be the person to write a document for you.
There you go. There you go. Good call,
I don't
Sarah.
really trust that guy either, but
Penton Quay. Well, but the problem with Eward Harper is he's not an official anything in the town at this point. So if he writes a document, doesn't necessarily mean anything.
well, I mean, I'm just saying he would be vouching for us to
Yeah.
his contact,
That is true. Yeah, on that level, yes.
and
Right.
I trust him more than I trust Penton. Like, Penton's still a holdover from the Ares, so I don't really like him, even if I'm accepting him as one of the clearing's current leadership.
Yeah, and there's also, I mean, why not both? If Penton does continue to be a judge in the new regime, he knows how to write stuff. He's a judge. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, so is Patchwood the move? That's what we're doing?
Patchwood.
Okay,
Alrighty.
let's do it.
Hi ho, hi ho. We're good.
I
we're-
think we should make them walk, though. I don't want to drag them.
Yeah, we'll make them walk, but yeah, we have
Just
to
a little marmot.
drag the supplies with us. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We'll need a travel move.
Yep, we will.
I'm assuming that you'll want to travel along the path.
Can we
Absolutely.
travel along the path?
Yeah, you have to get back to the path, but once you're there, you're much
Okay.
closer to Open Sky. It was a 3-day trip to get from Patchwood to Open Sky. So if you're going back to Patchwood, it's traveling along the path.
Travel. Who? I think I rolled the last travel we did. So if someone else wants to. I rolled really well, so
Remind me, how do you roll for travel?
So you just roll 2d6.
So we got.
Go
Well,
ahead, Jason.
first we have to decide how we're traveling.
So you
Careful.
roll 2d6, but the modifier depends upon whether you're moving at a relaxing pace, an average pace, safely and quickly and under the radar, or urgently fast.
I mean, I'm inclined to do urgent and fast.
I was gonna say the same thing.
And why don't we, if we're gonna drag these guys and make them walk, why don't we have them drag the supplies
Exactly.
Yeah.
and make them go at a fast pace? Screw those guys.
Okay.
And then as soon as I start to travel, I have foragers, so I can clear my depletion.
Okay.
We can eat some of the rations along the way.
Whatever.
You're all going to
So-
mark an exhaustion for traveling urgently fast, but you'll get +2 to
Yeah.
the roll.
And I've been rolling for absolute garbage today, so
So it's a day with a Y in it.
yeah.
So,
Okay, so
yeah.
I'll roll with the +2, take the exhaustion, and then I'll clear 2 of my exhaustion. I got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 +2,
Dang.
Ooh.
13.
You, the trip is uninterrupted and quick. Quick while, guarding
Relative.
injured prisoners and making them drag a heavy item. It probably takes you like 3.5, 4 days to get back still, but pretty quick. And the prisoners are exhausted too. They hate you. They super hate you. But when you get to Patchwood, they are taken right into custody. The food is accepted. Now, who are you giving the food to? Because you remember Patchwood was still a little faction-y when you were left.
I say we definitely give it to Eward.
Okay, you would
Actually,
be
I
the
think
guy.
we should give the food to Nan Sharp.
Or I was gonna say or her.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, she'll take the food and make sure it gets to the people that need it, for sure. And even Eward doesn't really have a problem with that. He's happy with it. But I think Eward and Penton have kind of stepped into a sort of de facto leadership role so far, and they agree that these prisoners are going to go into the jail to later be tried for crimes against travelers to and from Patchwood. And lo and behold, Alvin is suddenly not here.
Yeah, how could that happen?
Someone, what happened to him, Zero?
I don't know. He was there 1 minute and okay, you gotta go down. So
Yeah.
no, we're about like halfway there. We're about halfway back to Patchwood, and like I just kind of like we're trying to make good time, but it's still slow. It's still kind of slow going, and I just kind of get a hand on him and peel him off from everyone else. Like as we're walking, just start walking a little slow. Let everyone get ahead, and then kind of peel him off and go, kid. Like I think your heart's in the right place, but man, find better people to hang out with. And then literally just cut him loose and say, get the fuck home.
I live in the trees! He's going to run off.
Yeah, hey, cool. I'm not telling you to stay out of trouble, but get better friends.
All right. So Eward will absolutely write a letter to Lena, letting her know that you guys dragged a flank back here to be imprisoned. And, nobody in Patchwood has any intention of telling anyone associated with the Marquisate what happened to their rations.
That's
Right on.
probably for the best.
Yeah.
Are there other ways to clear exhaustion and stuff other than the
Yeah.
connections that we have?
Yeah. So if you check page 129, it's like 28, 128, and 129. That is how you clear harm. So clearing harm, you clear depletion by gaining new supplies or money. You clear exhaustion by fulfilling your nature or by getting some good rest. You clear one exhaustion for a night's rest on a safe and well set up campsite in the forest. A night's rest in someone's loft. A notably good meal. Yada yada. You recover wear by spending depletion. Like basically it's a few hours per depletion per wear, or a few hours, a few hours per wear in value. So you're either spending depletion or money to fix your stuff.
Yeah.
Whether you're doing it or you're getting someone else to do it.
We're definitely getting a good night's rest.
Yeah.
So at least one depletion will come off for that.
Or one exhaustion.
Or one exhaustion, excuse me.
Yes, that's for sure. And then I guess it's up to you guys how long before you leave again. Because that will determine how much of this other stuff you can do.
I feel like we should probably get right back into it.
Yeah, quick turnaround. Get back on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll need another travel roll. Who wants to take it? And I guess also how fast are you going to go?
I could take the roll this time, I suppose.
Okay.
And can I get rid? If I spend 2 value, can I get rid of my depletion?
No. So you need time for it.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
So-
why I said it depends how long we're staying in town.
I got
Yeah. So do you?
Let's see, we completely finish up the mission, and then we can take a few days to rest and replenish.
Well, I mean, I understand why Gable wants to fix up her bow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how much wear do you have left on that thing?
1.
Okay.
You can clear one wear by spending a few hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
And depletion. Spending
Yeah,
a few
so you
hours
can-
and one depletion.
Yeah.
And 1 depletion. That means I have 1 depletion left.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
I'll fix it up after we get to the other town.
Okay.
We don't.
I think he's talking to the cat.
Cindy, you want to roll that travel this time?
Sure, and how do we want to do it?
Quick.
Quick and urgent?
Yeah, okay. Urgently fast is a +2 and everyone gets another exhaustion. So get back
Crap,
the one you
yeah.
just cleared, basically.
So that'll be a total of 9.
You encounter something noteworthy on the path. I think what you guys see as you pass through is a cell, a Woodland Alliance cell crossing the path, heading from someplace based on their direction. Like they're heading from the direction of Milltown towards Wind Gap Refuge. They're crossing the path east to west like that in front of you.
So they crash through the woods to do that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they're the Alliance, you said?
They're the Alliance.
We share the secret symbol of the Alliance.
None of you guys are in the Alliance, so I don't know that you would know the secret symbol. But yeah, if you were to tell them that you're on Alliance business, that you've been hired by the Alliance, they'd be like, whatever, and keep going.
And they're going from, I'm sorry, where to where?
Well, you can't tell because they're not saying, but direction-wise, they're heading from Milltown to Wind Gap Refuge.
Yeah, west, or yeah.
Yeah, but they
Northwest to southeast.
Yeah, they might be going to any spot in between.
Right. Northwest to southeast.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Which good thing we cleared those bandits out of here. Those guys would have had their hands full.
Yeah.
Other than that, you make it back to open sky without incident.
Perfect.
Good.
Let's
Yeah, let's
Talk
find
Lena.
Lena. Let her know that stuff's been taken care of,
All right.
and get some more info on heisting these explosives.
You guys want to meet her at the inn again, at that tavern, Robbie's Tavern, or do you want to try and get her at work? There is a Trailblazers Union building.
Let's get her at the. Yeah, we've already been seen with her at the inn
Okay.
or the tavern. Let's just find her there.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're back. I was starting to think I'd never see you guys again.
It took a little bit of time, but
Oh, ye of little faith.
Little Faith?
We took care of a few things that you asked us to take care of.
we got the job done.
Oh. Well, how do I know that?
Because we dotted our I's and crossed our T's.
I
Mhm.
don't know English because I'm an animal in the future. Um,
Exactly.
she will look at your letter. Ah. This is from, This is from Patchwood?
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. So he's in prison
Correct.
in a town with no law.
They're working on that.
Yes, they're working on that, which means they'll be in prison longer.
I like
Or,
it.
or taken care of in a way that might not be so lawful.
Yeah. So, you know what? On the, should have said this right after the fight, but after the complete dismantling of the Bandit group, I think you're going to take 3 notoriety with that faction. And I don't believe I ever asked you to write the Trailblazers Union down as a faction, did I?
No.
Okay. You please do that now and take 3 prestige with them.
No.
Yes.
Yes. All right. No.
Cool. Well,
Blazers.
I just advanced.
3
Awesome.
prestige.
Yeah. So the bandits might be completely routed forever, in which case your notoriety with them doesn't matter, but you never know.
Yep.
Yeah, they're now Alvin's anglers or something like that.
It'll be like the end of Braveheart. You fought for flank. Now fight for me.
Okay.
Or
Sir
flank
Bruce.
gets loose.
All right.
Criminals do that.
Well,
So, yeah, Lena says, I think I can arrange tonight to have the door left open. Well, unlocked. Maybe around midnight over at the Union House.
Wasn't she also paying us for that job?
Not her.
Oh no, that's
yeah.
no.
Eward was going to pay you for
this job.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
I think I said 4 value each was what he was going to pay. Yeah. So she tells you that that door's going to be unlocked tonight around midnight. You guys can go in and get the explosives.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Indeed.
That means we can rest until midnight.
Yes.
And then I think we should head back as soon as we get what we need.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So midnight rolls around. You guys have been sort of hanging out in the town all day, probably avoiding the marquisate and just waiting until the appointed hour. You find the Union House easily enough. It's a known place around here. And the time has arrived. I don't think there's any opposition to this at this point. You guys are able to get in there and get the explosives and get out. I guess the only opposition would be, can you get them out of town without being spotted? So at that point, I'll need someone to try some moves about it.
Well, me and Sable are the stealthy ones.
I can cause a distraction somewhere else in town, like pretend I'm drunk and make a bunch of noise and draw some attention.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got an idea. What if you all take this cart full of explosives and walk it out of town just like it was nothing? And I cause a distraction.
Oh, shit.
That's an option. I was going to say, to what Nesta was saying a second ago, that would be a great use of the help or interfere. So would Zero's. If you guys both wanted to run off and start distractions, it would give bonuses to Sable and Gable getting the explosives out of town.
So, Zero, what's your plan? Maybe I can start a distraction away from your distraction so that people are like scrambling one way and then scrambling back another.
Well, you should, if I know how you feel about people getting hurt. So you should probably start your distraction away from the warehouse.
Ah, okay. I'll do that.
Okay, and me and Sable will gather everything together, and as soon as we hear stuff happening, we will sneak out of town.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to be exhausted by the time we get back to Patchwood, like really exhausted.
Yeah. So Nesta, describe what you're doing for your distraction.
I'm going to kind of hang out there at the tavern for a while and then like go outside and stagger down the street, kind of bump into some people, be like raising my voice like, oh yeah, crazy cats, you and the Avery, oh, you guys are always at war. What's going on? You guys are crazy.
Okay.
Like just a general ruckus, yeah.
All right, so I'll call this a help or interfere move, I think is what makes sense for it. So you mark exhaustion to add a +1 or a -2 to their roll. Oh, this is going to be after their roll, so you can decide that at the time, but obviously it would be a +1.
Yeah, +1.
And you have the option to mark exhaustion again to either conceal your help or create an opportunity or obstacle. So that'll be up to you at the time. First, let's hear what Zero's doing, because he's gonna also help.
Yeah, if you'll let me do a little bit of a retcon to something I did earlier.
Sure.
I want Alvin to be back. I want to have sent Alvin back to Opensky Haven to wait for me.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, because I want him.
In fact, I think he did that anyway.
Yeah, either way, because I part of what I want to do is, as we're taking, as we start wheeling this cart back, and Nesta peels off to go distract people and keep people's attention, I'm gonna peel off, get my mask on, fine, and that's when I'm gonna hook up with Alvin, and he's gonna let people know that he saw me.
Okay.
As a tag, going back to the warehouse.
To the Union warehouse?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to the Union warehouse.
Sure.
I want to wreck that whole building.
Okay. So you're doing a wreck something move?
Uh-huh.
All right. That's with might.
Oh,
Roll it.
oh no. Oh no.
Roll it
right
well.
now, this is with luck. Because I just took the arsonist move. So when I wreck something with flagrant dangerous means, explosives, uncontrolled flame, I roll with luck instead of might.
Did you just take that as an advancement?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Because my rep with flanks bandits dropped to -1.
Awesome.
Also, with my danger mask on, I get if I get any notoriety from this, it's doubled, and any prestige is halved, and I take a +1 to all scoundrel playbook moves while my mask is on.
Okay, so you're getting a +1 through your arsonist.
So I'm rolling with +3.
Outstanding.
And I'm going to take that 10. It's
all right.
Best I've done all night. And I seriously break it.
Yeah, you burn this whole place down.
Oh, it is just boom.
Outstanding. And you also have your arsonist nature there. And I'd say destroying the operating center of the people helping you right now is absolutely needlessly destructive.
Oh yeah,
that is so needless. It's just
not
dickish,
entirely needless.
One might say.
It cleared my exhaustion track.
That too. Yeah. So then you are now going to get notoriety with the Marcaset in the amount, I would say 1, but you're doubling it.
So 2?
Yep. And I guess the all of you put the Trailblazers Union on as a faction. You're all taking 1 notoriety because of this, but for 0, it's doubled.
Oh, that's...
So I just got +3 for my notoriety with the Trailblazers.
Oh, wait a minute.
Prestige. Oh.
So take it down, I think, right?
Oh, damn.
Take it down 1 notch. Okay.
Do they cancel each other, or can you have notoriety and prestige?
No,
at the
so
same
you can have both notoriety and prestige.
Okay.
Oh.
Do not cancel each other.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe so. What had happened is if you have like a -1 rep and your prestige goes up to 5, it will then it'll set that to 0.
That makes sense.
And also, that took me to -1 with the Marcus set. And
Oh my
advancing
goodness.
again.
I am taking an alternate playbook move from the Prince, and I will look it up after the game because it's the only one that does this to give me +1 luck.
Okay. But yeah, so that's going to be a +1 from Zero and a +1 from Nesta for Sable and Gable. I think probably you're going to want to. Well, I mean, it's your choice, but what makes the most sense to me as a move is to attempt a roguish feat and sneak these things out of town.
Correct. Yeah, I agree.
I agree.
And whichever one of you actually has sneak, I think it's Gable.
Gable
Yeah, I
has sneak.
Do the roll, yeah.
So, real quick question: since we basically turned the bandits over, do I then get an advancement because of the justice side of my drives?
Yeah, I think so.
All right,
me
I'll have
see.
to look into that. Okay.
So
thanks.
I will
advance when your character achieve justice for someone wronged by powerful, wealthy, or high. Yeah. I don't know that he's powerful, wealthy, or high status. I don't think it counts for that. He's pretty low status bandit.
Okay, so never mind then.
Yeah.
Scratch that. Carry on.
Sorry about that.
And I do the sneak with finesse, correct?
Right. And you're getting
Okay.
+2 to it.
7, 8, 9, 10.
I will be right back.
Outstanding. So yeah, you guys easily get out of town. With that 10, I'll say that it means that Nesta and Zero also are able to quickly get out of sight and meet up with you guys on the road. And then what I'll need from you yet again is now a travel move to get everything back to Patchwood.
We just, fast as we can, right?
Well, do you want fast, or do you want to travel through the forest? Because you haven't done that yet, but it would keep you out of sight more.
I think we should travel through the forest.
Yeah. Okay, sounds good.
It's probably a good idea.
Okay, so for that, the options are go slowly, foraging heavily, which means everyone would clear 2 depletion. The band collectively marks an exhaustion for each band member, and -1 to your roll. Or you could go carefully, which means you're collectively marking 1 depletion or exhaustion for each band member, +1 to the roll. Or as quickly as possible, everyone marks exhaustion and depletion, +2 to the roll.
I say careful.
So
I'll
for
mark
the-
it. Yeah.
So
So
that would
in-
be a 4? You mark 4?
Well, I
Wording is weird for me.
So yeah, the phrasing's a little weird, but basically you each mark 1 depletion or exhaustion if you're moving carefully.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay.
And so I have when you travel or pass into a forest before making any travel move, you can clear your choice of 3 depletion, 2 exhaustion, or 2 injury.
So do that before, and then the
Okay.
effect of what the move does.
Then I'm going to clear my depletion,
Okay.
and then whatever our effect is.
So it's a +1 to our travel roll.
Yeah, if everyone's agreed on careful, then yeah, it's
Mhm.
+1.
Jason?
And so choose depletion or exhaustion?
Sure, let's.
Yeah.
It says
Yeah,
the
one
ba-
or the other. Yeah, depletion or exhaustion.
depletion or exhaustion, your choice.
I'll do some exhaustion. Just got rid of
Take
a
out
bunch
some
of that.
exhaustion.
Yeah, I took depletion. And Jason, you want to roll it? That'll make 4 travel
Sure.
rolls. You'd be the 4th.
+1. Eight.
Something from the forest is following you. It is a creature larger than you guys, possibly a bear. You can let it track you, or you can mark exhaustion to lose it. everyone has to mark exhaustion to lose it.
Ugh.
Well,
I would
like
be maxed exhaustion at that point.
So
we can let it track us.
If you let it track you, it might
yeah,
eat
we'll
you.
just
Yeah.
Either we could kill it.
Bears are bad news in
Yeah,
this.
that's
Okay.
big bad news.
Yeah, that would be pretty big.
Yeah.
So, what happens if someone has full exhaustion? They just kind of pass out?
Let's take a look. I don't know. Either that or you pass out if you have to take more exhaustion and you're already full. That's generally what it is. Let me see.
So if we lose it and mark exhaustion, and then once it's lost, we could probably rest since we're taking our time.
Okay, so if all your exhaustion is marked, you're wiped out on the door of collapsing entirely. You can still move, still act, but you can't push yourself any further without the risk of utter collapse and even unconsciousness.
Can I climb into the cart and you guys drag my unconscious ass along?
That's what I was thinking.
If everyone is hitting max exhaustion but not higher, you can complete this journey and rest in Patchwood.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I just hit.
All right.
That puts me right at full exhaustion with this running
Yeah, so it
from
would
bear.
be like knocking you out would be full exhaustion +1.
Okay, so I can make it. I can make it.
So
I'm
you guys,
freaking tired, but I
you
can
guys
make it.
lose the bear. You're running on empty, about to fall over. You finally, a few days later, reach Patchwood. You're able to deliver these explosives to Eward, and he gives you a place to rest. He can see that you guys are fucked up, so he gives you a place to rest first. But the next day, he does come by and pay you the promised coin. You're all taking a +2 with the Woodland Alliance. You're all taking 4 value. And we're done.
Value +4.
There's the end of session stuff, which is mainly just like, let's make sure that anyone
Steve, how
took
much
advancements.
how
How do we
much
mark
rep did we
these?
get from this?
I'm sorry, what was that, Zero?
How much rep did we get from this?
I just gave you +2 with Woodland Alliance.
So would Sable and myself, having been, relatively seen together for this, mark 4 prestige for that?
When you
Because because of the partner connection.
Yeah, I was thinking about that before the game. Let me read it more closely. So you destroyed a faction's resource on behalf of an opposing faction. What was the story of that one that you told?
Something about burning something Marcosette related down on behalf of the Woodland Alliance.
Okay, yeah, then...
Oh no, it was burning something Marcosette related down on behalf of the denizens.
Okay. So
no,
I'll
it
say
wouldn't
yes,
count.
your notoriety is doubled
it
with
wouldn't
Marcus.
count because it wasn't Woodland Alliance, it was denizens.
But it was the Marcosette in Opensky that you just burned down a major building in their clearing. So I would say you can take 2 notoriety with the Marcosette.
Okay. Even though we were kind of separate when I did that.
When
I
you were
blew that
spotted
up.
together. Yeah, it wasn't at the time, but you were spotted together in that clearing. Yeah.
Okay.
It wasn't at the exact moment when that happened, but yeah.
No, just making sure.
Yeah. So for sure, Sable and Zero can mark 2 notoriety with the Marcosette because you burned down the Union House in their area, and we're spotted together.
All right, then.
And since Gable and I are partners on my sheet. Is that to our prestige with the Woodland Alliance?
Oh yeah, that's the same thing. Was the Woodland Alliance to help a faction take control of its clearing and share responsibility for it? Was that Patchwood that we said that was about? Probably. So that would be the Woodland Alliance. So yeah, you would double the notoriety that I gave you for Woodland Alliance, Gable and Nesta.
Prestige.
I gave you 2 just now.
Yeah.
Or the Prestige, yeah. I gave you 2 just now, so
Okay, cool. Thank you.
make it 4. So you're both getting another reputation bump out of that. If you weren't already at 1. I don't know.
Not quite there.
Now,
I'm not sure how it all works.
The
Anyway.
4 out of 5 on that first track. So.
Yeah. So what's gonna so with the reputation tracks, so once you get to like +1 or -1, then to get to +2, you basically have to fill that all the way up to +2, and then you clear it, and then you got to fill it up all the way to +3, and then clear it.
Yeah. Gotcha. So I've got 4 for Woodland Alliance in the +1 column, and then I've got 1 +2. So about ready to push into that second +2, but yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Did everyone double check your drives? Ask me if you have a question about it, but let's find out if you advanced.
I did not. I didn't get that chance to do the protection I had asked earlier about whether or not
and
Sable was
unfortunately, while you
reach.
technically did bring someone to justice, this reads more like social justice, which you didn't engage with this time.
So nope,
No, me either.
none for you.
Well, what
Yeah.
do-
Unless 4 value counts as a serious payday, it doesn't seem like.
I think it is a serious payday. Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, that's a good amount. It's not unserious.
Well, then that would be 1. The other one is thrills, advance when you escape from certain death or incarceration.
Zero,
So
if Zero had that drive, he would get it. But
Yeah, that would
Oh,
be.
really?
do you have that?
I do.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you were trapped by 4 guys.
Okay. Yeah.
You were spotted
awesome.
sneaking through a bandit camp, and you escaped.
Then I'm gonna bump something else up when I get a second to think about it.
All right.
Gable, what are your drives?
My drives are
Discovery. and
discovery, advance when you encounter a new wanderer, ruin in the forest, and protection, name your ward, which I named Sable. Advance when you protect them from any significant danger.
Okay.
Or when time passes and your ward is safe.
Time is passing now.
Yeah, and she's safe.
Yeah.
So what do I do?
I'd let you advance for that one, sure.
So how do I make an advancement?
All right. So advancements. Give me a sec to get a page reference.
It is
You're gonna
page
look at page
170.
Yeah. Specifically 175.
Steve, could you post the new map that's got the Patchwood Alliance change on it versus the old one that we had?
Oh, sure.
Thanks.
That is in the Discord.
I have a nice
Now.
updated. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, you guys can finish the advancement off camera. Thank you guys for playing. This was our last stream for the channel for the year. So we're gonna be back. I haven't even looked at a 2025 calendar yet, but I guess we're gonna be back on January 6th. and we will decide whether we're going to play another session of Root or maybe try something else. We'll let everyone know. The Friday show will return either on the 3rd or the 10th. When we return to that, we are not going right back to Shadows of Archonia 2. We're going to take a couple sessions and let Alan run something for his birthday, which is on New Year's. So we'll let you know about that as well. Thanks, everyone, for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Indeed.
Good night.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.